Hi guys, this is Debbie and Shelby. Today we are going to make an apple pie, and we're going to use a recipe from the Rodale's Naturally Great Foods Cookbook. And so what are we going to do today, shall we?
Start with sifting flours and salt together.
Alright, which flours?
All of them, I'm guessing. Doesn't it say just say flours and salt?
Flours and salt. So we have a cup of whole wheat pastry and a cup of brown rice flour.
And 2 tablespoons of whole wheat flour, not pastry flour.
Is that up at the top? No, that's down there. That's for the apple part.
Okay.
So that was our brown rice flour, and here's our whole wheat pastry flour. And salt, how much? Give me my measurement.
Oh, it's half a teaspoon.
It's a half a teaspoon, so we'll use a little over a quarter of a teaspoon. Do we have our... And we're going to use a whisk to sift it the new-fashioned way. Sifting used to mean you would put it in an actual sifter, which I have one right here. You'd actually put it in a sifter and you'd run it through that 2 or 3 times, and that would be for sifting your flour. But we don't have to do that. Now we're just going to stir it up.
Now using fingertips, work in oil and then butter until mixture resembles coarse crumbs.
Alright, so how much oil do we have here?
We have 3 tablespoons of oil and 4 tablespoons of butter.
And you're using your fingers, huh?
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Me?
And the butter. My lovely apron. Do you know what one of these is?
Yes.
You want to use it instead?
No, I've already got my fingers dirty.
This is a pastry cutter. You use it if you don't want to put your fingers in there. If you want to keep the mixture cold, you can use one of these, and it'll cut up the butter and the flour all the same.
It doesn't matter if we keep this one cold or not. So.
It's fun to get your fingers in the dough. It's looking good. Show the camera. Show our audience what it looks like now. Looks like fine little crumblies. Okay. What's next?
Next, we add the ice water gradually, kneading slightly to form a ball of dough.
Okay. Our ice water, we've got it in the freezer here. Ooh, see, we got a little skim layer on it. And was it by the tablespoon?
Yep. 5 tablespoons of ice water. This is half a tablespoon.
Then we have a half a tablespoon measurer, so we'll do
10.
Just enough of these to make the dough stick all together. So just dribble it around. You don't want to dump it all in one spot, and then just keep working it. And drizzle some more.
Right on my hand.
It's amazing the difference between just the right amount of water and just a hair bit too much water. And it can become too much very quickly. And when you get one part mixed, basically you just set it off to the side. You can either set it off to the side in the bowl or here on the bat. And then when you get them all doughed up, then you can put them all back together. Got it?
Yep.
Now we're going to put them all back in there and make sure that they're all about the same consistency. You know, just a little bit more water. And you don't want to overwork it, because then you'll end up with a stiff dough. Okay, so then we're going to take it, we've got our little handy dandy pie roller here. We're making a double crust or a single? I'm sure it's a double.
I don't know. Where does it say? Roll out 1/2 of dough here.
Yeah, so half of the dough at a time, and another tip some people like to use is to put wax paper over your dough as you're rolling it.
Is that about half?
Yeah. A little too dry still. And then center it, flatten it what you can. And then put that over it and then start rolling. I can honestly say I'm no good at rolling out a pie crust.
How big is this supposed to be?
Well, the measurements on this one are there, but they have to be bigger than the pan that we're going to put it on. So the first ring here is for a 9-inch crust. It's a good workout. Is it a good workout, Shelby?
Yeah.
Okay. That looks pretty good.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do before we heat that off, we're going to get underneath it. I have a nice flat spatula here. We're just going to make sure it's going to lift so we don't tear it. Where's that hole in this thing?
No, it's over there.
And then we're going to turn the whole thing over and lift it off of the pie crust. Here you go. Okay. And then you're going to put your pie plate on there and tip the whole thing over one more time.
Perfect.
It's like peeling
Yeah.
a Band-Aid off of sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to get the other one rolled out.
Okay, so here's the first one.
And we'll pause the camera while we roll out the second one because it's the same difference, so we'll just roll it out real quick. This is done. Alright, now that one's done, and I think we'll put this off to the side.
Combine honey, cinnamon, whole wheat flour, and lemon rind and drizzle 1/3 of mixture onto bottom of pie shell.
Okay. Our honey was all solid. It's not too warm in here, and this is pure raw honey. So we have it in some warm water to get it soft enough for us to be able to pour.
Oh yeah, it's soft now. It's like syrup.
Okay.
How much? Half a cup.
Just for right there.
Oh,
Measure.
right.
So Shelby's gonna pour a half cup of the honey into the liquid measure cup, and you want to get yourself down at eye level, because otherwise you can't tell an accurate measurement. So she's down low, looking level. We don't want too much sweetener in there. It might be too sweet of a pie.
Okay, cinnamon. We have 1 teaspoon cinnamon in that little jar, I think.
And 1 teaspoon cinnamon in here.
1 teaspoon, yep. And then whole wheat flour, which we have 2 tablespoons of.
You want that in here too?
That's what it says. And lemon rind.
Okay, we gotta make the lemon rind still. The fun in the kitchen. I think we got it figured out now. And tomorrow we'll use this lemon to make our lemon water. Good.
Okay. And use a fork to mix it. We need sliced apples also.
Sliced apple. Of course, in an apple pie you would need sliced apples. Where did you put the knife?
I don't know, it was on here.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I would definitely recommend peeling apples, even if you like apple peels. Because when you cook an apple, I'm gonna get me a new bowl. The peel can stay a little bit too tough compared to the apple itself, so I always peel apples for cooking. You were supposed to drizzle some of that.
Yes. About half of it. 1/3 of mixture into bottom of pie shell. So that's about 1/3.
Looks good.
Okay.
And sliced apples. And cored apples, if you want to core them first. We were having a coring contest a minute ago preparing these apples. It's amazing how hard it is to do a good job and get it right down the center. Look, I totally missed it. At one end and got it at the other.
Got it that time.
So this is how we core stuff.
Is that a corn apple?
Yeah.
It's perfect!
Congrats!
Oh my gosh, I've never gotten an apple core perfect before.
Guess what I did?
Want apple? How big of slices are you gonna make yours?
Just like that.
Okay. You can tell these aren't actually a really high quality, high phosphate content apple because they turn brown so fast. The higher the quality of your fruits and vegetables, the longer it'll take before they actually start to oxidize and turn brown. But we get what we can get.
And we're gonna put the
So we
apples
can
in the
grow
pie
our own.
crust.
And this is where you get to show your artistic creativity.
Not that anybody's gonna see it after it's done, but
You know it when you get it out.
I don't think all these are gonna fit in here, Mom.
Well, how many cups did it call for?
6.
6 cups, didn't it?
How are you supposed
They
to?
do shrink, so make sure you pile it up higher than it's supposed to be when it's done because they will shrink down as they cook. Pile it up nice and high. Were you supposed to drizzle anything in the middle or just pile them all in there?
Just says pack them in there and then drizzle it on top.
Said pack them in there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is this not as big of a pan as usual, or what?
It was a smaller pie pan.
Okay.
Jenga
Yeah.
for apple pies.
Almost control.
Yum.
Okay.
Can you taste this one when it gets done? Okay, drizzle. Got this spatula. Thank you. Pull that to you a little bit and you can reach it a little bit better.
Pie crust?
Pie crust. Okay.
How are you supposed to put the top one on?
Well, if it's pretty tough, you can just fold it over and lay it on.
Which it wasn't.
But, well, you have to cut slices for the air to escape anyway, so we just don't have to cut them.
Crust is falling apart.
And this is normal with a rice flour pie crust. I don't worry about the
Unfortunately.
looks. I worry about the flavor. It's going to taste really good.
Okay. It's ready for the oven.
Now, did you want to slice that off, or you got it pretty much sliced
No,
good
it's
enough?
pretty much good. I don't think it's gonna be that much more.
Okay. Ben, did you want to lay any on top for decoration?
I guess we can.
Put some extras on top for people who like extra pie crust. They actually end up turning out kind of like crackers. If they don't fall off in the oven. Those are too
Drizzle
small.
a little bit on.
Those are a little bit too small.
Maybe we can make one big one.
And what's the temperature on the oven?
425. Wait, I'm making a big one.
Okay.
It all fell apart. Oh well.
We'll show you what they look like when it comes out. Oh, now it comes the oven back up. I got it.
Goes in for 50 minutes, or the apples are under.
Okay, you got your phone alarm. cell phones make great timer alarms. That way your timer goes with you everywhere. So we're going to set the timer for 50 minutes and we'll be back to see how it is. Okay, our timer's gone off. It's been 50 minutes or so. So I don't have a cake tester, but I have one of these little handy dandy, whatever you call it, things. So we're going to check our apples to make sure that they're done with this. Make sure they're soft, and they are. So we're going to pull it out of the oven and see what it looks like. And it did shrink, didn't it, Shelby? And there's our apple pie. All we're missing is the a la mode.